The life? The Life of Leonardo da Vinci by Daniel Ian Parks. Leonardo da Vinci lived from 1492 to 1519. He was considered a genius of his time. He invented many things and was one of the most famous artists that ever lived. He sketched out the first contact letters in 1508 when he was 56 years old. He was 67 years old when he died. He lived a long life for a man of his time. Leonardo's mother's name was Katrina. She was a peasant, but his father was wealthy. His father never married his mother for that reason. He married another woman 2 months after Leonardo was born, who was wealthy like him. His mom married someone else too. When Leonardo was 2 years old, he was sent to live with his father and then moved into his granddad's house when he was 5. The only one who really paid attention to him was his uncle, Francesco. His uncle taught him to love nature. He was not allowed to go to the university because his parents were not married. His father noticed that he had a great talent for art. He brought him to Florence, Italy to become the apprentice of a famous artist named Andrea del Verrocchio. Leonardo became a great artist, but he had a bad habit of not finishing his work. He liked sketching the designs, but got bored with the painting part. He was accepted into the Painters Guild when he was 20. He left Florence, Italy at the age of 30 and went to work for a man they called the Moor. His real name was Duke Ludovico Sforza. He became Leonardo's first patron. A patron is a wealthy person who pays an artist to create art. Leonardo mostly played music for Ludovico. He also invented instruments and weapons of war. This was also when he began creating his famous notebooks. He wrote notes in backward script because he was left-handed and probably had a type of learning disability that affected his handwriting. The best sketches in the notebook were drawings of human anatomy or human body parts. He also drew sketches of his inventions in his notebooks. One of these sketches was a model of the concept and showing how it works. And here's demo 1, an optical study of the contact lens. An optical study is, okay, I'll dial this back. study of how the eye works. Okay, show the model of the content. Use Oh, here's a model I made of a contact lens and an eye. Um, I, I, this is how I made it. Okay. I took Rich's map and dipped it in water and put it all over a red balloon. When I let it dry, I pushed in the balloon, red balloon. When I pushed in the red balloon, then I painted it with acrylics. The lens part was from a balloon. When I let no wait. The lens part was from a candle holder that my mother and I bought at the kitchen store in the University Mall. It goes on top of the cornea like this. It's supposed to help the eye see better. That's why okay. Woo. Oh, here's the first contact lens. F.E. Muller produced the first hard contact lens in 1877. The 369 years after Leonardo da Vinci made the first sketch.
You want to show it?
Yes, and that's a math problem that my mom did. Okay. Leonardo figured out a lot of scientific facts that were way ahead of his time. One was that light and sound traveled through waves in the air. He also invented ways to do things that were never invented before. Among his many inventions were the scuba diving suit, the contact lens, the movie camera, the submarine, and the most famous was a phone sheet. Despite all his inventions, he is mostly famous for being a great artist. Leonardo left Milan in 1499 after the French troops invaded the city. For the next 16 years, he wandered from city to city searching for a new patron. The Pope became his patron, but he got frustrated with Leonardo for never finishing his work. Finally, he was rescued by the King of France, Francis I, whom he worked for until he died. He even got to have 2 apprentices whom he loved as if they were his sons. He painted the Mona Lisa when he worked for the king. The Mona Lisa is the most famous painting in the whole world. Other paintings he is famous for are The Last Supper and the Adoration of the Magi. When he grew old, he had no wife or children, but lived beautiful surroundings. It is said that Leonardo died in the arms of the king at the age of 67. As you can see, Leonardo da Vinci was the genius of his time.